purdy. Purdy.
Hello everyone, Peppermint here. Welcome to the 5th episode of Newbie Canner. This is a canning series that tells the story of my experiences as a new canner. In the video you will see what I did right and what I did wrong. What I did not know back in February when I canned these brown sugar glazed carrots, but I do now. This was my very first video that I had recorded, so there were a couple things that I forgot to do, and I'll tell you where they are. Okay, before we get into the video, how about giving me a big old thumbs up and subscribing to my channel? I have a good channel. On this channel, you will see anywhere from canning, things in the kitchen, cleaning videos, and crafts. I have a lot of craft videos, a lot of Christmas ornament videos. I love doing those. And also videos that pertain to thrifting, such as yard sales and thrift stores and things like that. I'm a frugal individual, and that's what my channel is all about. Not necessarily trying to be really cheap, but maybe stepping on thin ice. Okay? Here's the video. 84 cents for 1 pound at Walmart. And they had a 5-pound bag, but they only had one bag, and it didn't look so good, so I didn't buy it. But all in all, I think I got an okay deal. I got 5 1-pound bags. This is how I'm going to do it. First, I'm going to peel the carrot. I'll peel about 3 of them. Okay, I've peeled 3 carrots. I'm just going to wash it the way it is right now. The skins are off, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to wash them off and just rinse them off. I do not have a handy dandy little gadget, but I do have this. I'm going to cut the ends off, throw them in with the scraps, and then I'm going to cut. There's a bad place in there and I don't want it. Did I do them all already? I did not get this one. The ends are chopped off. And so now I'm going to, there's another channel that showed me how to do this chopping method, and I'll put the name of her channel on the video. Red Homestead, the woman with the gadget. She says to take more than 1 carrot at a time and slice them. You don't have to chop them in little bitty pieces. You can, if that's what you want. If you want to do them diced, you can can them at any size as long as you leave that 1-inch head space. And I'm going to do the rest. So there you go. And here's the results after cutting them into pieces. I'm preheating the oven to 180 degrees, and that's Fahrenheit. I'm using Golden Harvest lids. They are from Walmart. It was $1.97 during February, and this is what they look like, and I just bought them yesterday. I don't know when this video will be posted, but that's when they were purchased. And they were $1.97 for 12. And I'm going to put them in the little pot. of water, and I'm going to turn the burner on. And in go the glass jars, and I'm feeling for little imperfections on the rim, because that would cause your jars to not seal. I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And that's how long it takes for them to sterilize in the oven. Now the USDA does not require you to sterilize, from my understanding. I will look to see if that is true, look it up myself. But I'm going to, because people have been sterilizing their jars forever. Okay, here's the guidelines. If your jars are going to be in a water bath canner in the boiling water, then your jars must be in there for 10 minutes. If they're not, then you do need to sterilize your jars. In the pressure canner, it is also the same, 10 minutes for the pressure canner. Here are the lids. They've been washed and now they have been in the pot. I let them heat up to almost boiling, and then I turned it back down to simmer. And I'm going to leave them in the pot to keep the lids warm. 1 cup of brown sugar going in the pot. 1 cup of water going in the pot. 1/2 cup of orange juice, and I'm using just plain orange juice that I bought from the store, in the pot. Turning the range up on high, and I'm going to stir this until it boils. Okay, they are boiling, so I'm just going to let it boil. It's probably going to boil up, isn't it? Reduce the temperature a little bit. I'm going to let it boil, maybe, I don't know, just enough so that you know it's good and hot and boiled. And then I'm going to set it over, and I'm going to leave the burner on maybe medium or something to keep it warm. The Presto manual for this pot says 3 quarts. Quart number 1, quart number 2, quart number 3. The glass jars have preheated, and this glass is very hot. I'm taking them out of the oven one at a time. That's how I'm going to do it. I am going to pack the carrots. They are about room temperature. I'm going to pour the glaze over the carrots. Now this is hot liquid as well. Hot jar and hot liquid. And there should be an inch, at least an inch of headspace. And I'm going to push it down, and it is right there at an inch. But you do want to get the bubbles out with this gadget, or whatever you can come up with to get the bubbles out. You do not want any bubbles. Plus this helps them to shift around and get settled. And I'm going to check my headspace, and it is perfect. Yes, don't forget to wipe the rims on the jar. This is very important. The slightest little thing that could get on the rim of the jar and the lid could cause your jars to not seal. And so you do want to make sure that the lid is clean and nothing's on it and it's not dented or anything, because that has happened to me already. I'm getting a lid. The little pot that the lid was in has been on simmer. And a ring. I'm going to put the ring on the jar. I'm going to screw it on just so. You don't want to screw it on really tight. And then I'm going to place it in the canner. And that's what it looks like. at this point. That jar was still warm, and the water in the canner is warm as well. A little bit more than warm. So I'm going to get another one. So that's how you can the carrots. From this point out, I'm just going to play some music, and you can watch me can if that's what you want to do. If not, you can skip ahead and go forward with the video. Part of the video, then you must be enjoying it. So please give me a like and subscribe to my channel. In here, and there's 3 quarts of water, and I am going to put the lid on the canner. Yeah, turn the heat up. About that. On the Presto canner, there are V's on the lid. There's a V on the lid, and there's a V on the bottom part of the canner. And what you do is you line up those 2 V's to get the lid to go on. it would help if I had read the instruction booklet. But that's how you get it on. And okay, with this canner, we're going to wait until steam starts to come out this part. Okay. Yes, I forgot to vent the first time I used the canner, but I've got it perfected now. I think I got it now. Now we're going to wait for the pressure to build up. I just put on a 10-pound weight, and that is for my altitude, which is 1,000 feet and under for altitude. We're going to wait for this thing to start jiggling. See, there's pressure in there. When that's up, there's pressure in there. You do not want to open it. I'll show you when the pressure starts jiggling that weight. It's getting ready to start now. See it going? Okay. That's about how you want it to move. You do not want it to move really, really aggressive, because the pressure will be too high at that point. So I believe I'm going to lower the heat down on my range. And at this point, we can start our timer. And it's 25 minutes for punch. And that's what I read in this Presto book. It goes with this canner. Okay, there's my timer. So I'm going to turn the burner off. As the weight started to get aggressive moving, I had to lower the temperature, and I just kept lowering it whenever it would get aggressive. I believe I moved it down to like medium, but not all at one time, just a little bit at a time. We're just going to take it off the heat source. We are not going to touch it. We are not going to open it until this little gadget goes down and there's no more steam coming out. And we're not going to try to cool it down. We're going to let the temperature go down on its own. So I'll let you know whenever the time comes. Okay, this has gone down. It's not rattling. I don't see any steam. I don't hear any hissing. So I believe I'm going to wait 10 minutes and then I'll open the lid. The alarm has gone off, and so I'm gonna move it over. Back to its original spot. That is down. That is not moving. This is telling you that there's no pressure in here. And so I am turning it and I'm opening it so that the steam will go that way and not in my face. Okay, I did not use pot holders when I took the lid off of the canner. And what happened to me at a later date is I went to take off the lid and I did not have any pot holders on my hands at that time either. And some of the water from the steam on top of the lid dripped off and got on me. And that was hot. So now I just need to take them out. I've got a towel that I'm going to put them on. I don't see any problems right off the bat. But you see the cloudiness on the outside of the jar? That is because I forgot to put vinegar in the water in the canner. Not in the jar, but in the canner. If you do that, then You know, if you got hard water, then it'll turn out a whole lot better. I don't hear anybody sealing yet, although this one might have already sealed. Somebody sealed. Did you hear it? There's another one. There's another one. That sounded like a good one. Okay, it's the next morning, and it looks like everybody's sealed. I'm going to wipe them off. Got a little bit of vinegar on this rag. It'll help with the calcium buildup. So it looks like everybody's taken care of here. Now this jar, the reason why I did this is because I had so much of the recipe left over. The amounts, the ingredients that I showed you probably should have been tripled because I did have to make up some more glaze. And I would say about 3 cups of the brown sugar and 3 cups of water, 1.5 cups of the orange juice. So there we go. So it looks like everybody's sealed. If the lid, if you can click it, you know, make a sound with it, you know, mash it up and down in the middle, then you know it didn't seal. You should be able to pick it up like this. Pick everything up by the lid. That is purty. Purty, purty. I'm playing. Okay, that concludes the video. That is how I canned some brown sugar glazed carrots. And this is a ball recipe. It is from a reputable source. And I forgot to tell you guys how delicious these carrots are. They are delicious. Give me a big old thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and comment. How did I do? Do you have any tips for me? Do you have any questions? If I know the answer, I will answer it. But maybe you just want to quiz me. I don't know. Bye-bye.